The Matrons are prestigious and classic stakes races that take place at Dover Downs. Superstar 3-year-olds recently took center stage. Let's see who entered the record books in the 2011 edition of the Matrons. In the $116,000 Matron final for 3-year-old filly pacers, it was Drop the Ball who picked up the win in 151-2. The overwhelming favorite did the work on the front. She's trained by Jeff Webster and driven by Yannick Gingras. The $221,000 Matron final for 3-year-old Colt pacers saw Hug a Dragon take home the victory in 150-3. The sophomore standout is trained by Ron Burke, and again, Yannick Gingras made an appearance in the Matron winner circle. In the almost $152,000 Matron final for 3-year-old filly trotters, Chris Dream wired the field in a 154 effort. In the sulky was driver Luke Wallette, for conditioner Frederick Pearson. Last but not least, let's check out the Matron for 3-year-old trotting colts, going for a purse of almost $175,000 at Dover Downs.
They're off on the inside. There goes Big Riggs out for the lead. Here comes Broadbond from the far outside. Getting away in third is Chapter 7. Racing up along the inside opening night between horses. That's Magnum Cosmos, caught 3 wide. I'm the Answer. The trailer, Big Sky Storm. They make their way around the first turn, and Broadbond is up to get a 2-length lead. Big Riggs came away in second, followed by Chapter 7. 2 more. Opening night is fourth, 26 3/5 as they trot by the stands, and Broadbond has the lead. Is now a 1.5 lengths. Big Riggs sitting in second, followed by Chapter 7. Opening night is next, and then it's Magnum Cosmos in fifth. Outside, I'm the Answer. Up the rail goes Big Sky Storm. They go into the turn. Broadbond. Here comes Chapter 7 up on the outside. Big Riggs has the rail. Opening night is fourth. Down toward the inside, Magnum Cosmos. Then it's I'm the Answer. And Big Sky Storm, 55-3. They make their way to the backstretch. Broadbond by a 1/2 length. Chapter 7 racing on the outside. Big Riggs has the rail. 2 lanes opening night. Then it's Magnum Cosmos, I'm the Answer, and Big Sky Storm up the backstretch. There goes Chapter 7 up on the outside to get the lead. Broadbond back to second. Big Riggs is there third as they go into the final turn. 3/4 in 123 2/5. And Chapter 7 is widening. The lead is now 3 lanes. Broadbond is there. Out comes Big Rigs from third. The others are far back. They approach the top of the stretch, and it's Chapter 7 with a 3 or 4 lane lead. Big Rigs is into second as they come off the turn. Chapter 7. Big Rigs seems to be gaining now. Coming through the stretch. Chapter 7. Here's Big Rigs coming down the inside to get the lead. Big Rigs goes by Chapter 7. Big Rigs in front. Chapter 7, Broadbond, 152 and 4.
Big Rigs with Dave Pallone in the bike takes home the winner's share with a perfect trip and a 152 and 4 victory. The Kelly O'Donnell trainee paid $36.80. Second was this year's Breeders' Crown champ, Chapter 7. And third was the 2011 Hambletonian winner, Broadbond. We just found out that Big Rigs won the 3-year-old Matron for the trotting Colts, and finishing second was Chapter 7. Since this is my show, I get to interview anybody I want to. So I decided to have Linda Toscano on. She's the trainer of Chapter 7, who I thought it was still a really great effort.
He raced really, really well. That's why we raced them. You know, he was the prohibitive favorite, but he got beat, and that's just what happens when horse racing.
That's exactly right. And now, tell me about him. Okay, he's got some major ailments like earlier in the season, right?
He came in with a low-grade temperature shortly after he came in, and he started coughing, and it just didn't feel right to me. We did a tracheal wash, and he spiked the temperature, and he wound up with viral pneumonia. So we lost about 6 weeks in the beginning of his training down process. So from that point on, to make the Hambletonian, to make some of the premier races, it became just a major catch-up race. We wanted to make sure that we did the right thing by the horse and put the proper foundation under him, but at the same time keep in sight what was ahead of him. So it worked out. I mean, he was able to get it together late in the season, but he got it together, and he managed to win the Breeders' Crown.
And even like early in his life, he had some problems. So there's a story about his name, right, being Chapter 7?
Yeah, right after he was purchased, we got him home from the sale, turned him out, like the first 3 or 4 days that he got back, and he jumped the fence and took a couple stitches in a hind leg. Once we got him over that, we were line driving him, and he just sounded awful. He was making terrible noises, and we scoped him and found out that he needed a throat surgery. So 2 throat surgeries later, we were able to get him on the racetrack. And while his owner and his wife were sitting down thinking about whether to change his name or not, he said, you know, this thing is going to bankruptcy. Why don't we call him Chapter 7? And that's how he got his name.
Now, you have a lot in common with this horse because you have had your own health issues, okay? And one of the things that I want to talk about with Linda is you're a breast cancer survivor. And I'm tell you, like, what an inspiration she is to me and so many other women out there. Being a horse trainer, it's not like you're sitting at a desk. This is a physically demanding job. So when you're getting treatments and going through everything, how do you keep going?
You just do it. I mean, I don't think anybody that trains horses because they think of it as a job. I think we love the animal first and foremost. So it was more of a punishment to not be able to go to work than it was to go to work.
Okay. Now, do a lot of people talk to you about that? Do you tell people, you know, go and get, you know, checked, early detection?
I am. Absolutely. I'm the poster child for early detection because usually breast cancer runs in a family. I was the first person in my family to get it. Usually it happens after the age of 40, and I was very early when I detected it, just short of 50, but it's still, early detection is the whole key. I found it myself. Self-examination is a major, major key, and when you do find something, don't be scared. Just go to the doctor. If they find it early enough, there are so many things they can do for you right now. I'm living proof.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're talking to me about this. Okay, last thing. Now, you look so good. Like, you've lost a lot of weight. How much weight have you lost, and how'd you do it?
Weight Watchers. I just decided one day that this is enough. I mean, basically every other country, I think they eat to live, and in our country, we live to eat. And I just said, one of these, I got to do it for myself, for my... I just didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good physically, and I said, I talked my husband into coming, and we started going, and Weight Watchers is a very easy program, and it's working.
Wow, you should start doing commercials for Weight Watchers. I'm going to be your agent. I'm going to call.
Jennifer Hudson has that down.
Jennifer who? I don't even know who that is, okay? Oh, thank you for being on the show, Linda.
Thank you for asking.